equation, this is useful life is equal to the value of an asset divided by the cost to maintain that asset. If you're looking for the useful life of your money in an asset, then the way to figure it out is ask, how much does it cost every year to maintain that asset in pristine condition? What do I have to spend in order to avoid depreciation or decay? It turns out that that useful life, is very close to something we know in the Bitcoin community as stock to flow. They're very related if you're measuring them in years. Many individuals and most corporations, they use financial assets to preserve capital. And this is, of course, a challenge for us. Let's talk about financial assets. So I want to keep my money for a long time. Start with $1 billion, put it in the peso, and the money is decaying in 2 years. Right? A 98% inflation rate strips you of your economic energy, your capital. This is not a good duration asset. Lira, your capital lasts 3 years. The US dollar, under traditional monetary inflation for the past century, might last 14 years. But it's not like you have it for 14 years. The life is being sucked out of you linearly over the 14 years. Put your money in a hedge fund. What's the annual cost? It's 2% management fee and then 20% of the upside. About 4% a year if you're investing in normal assets. It means it's a 25-year asset. Treasuries, you're going to get a yield. 3.5% after-tax yield goes against the 7% monetary inflation. Maybe your money lasts 30 years. Capital in a mutual fund where you pay a 1% fee. 100 years. That's about the best you're going to get. If you manage to buy a diversified portfolio at 10 basis points, the counterparty risk is going to drive you to a 1% cost. So those are your financial assets. We're running the world on a 20th century set of ideas, and on average, financial assets can last 30 years. We all know inflation is the value of financial assets. It's the tip of the iceberg. Also going to get delivered transfers, tax, the value of financial assets. But inflation is the tip of the iceberg. Also going to get diluted by tariffs and tolls and torts and transfers, taxes. We got all taxes, income tax, capital gains tax. Every time you vibrate and move the money, you get taxed. And tax don't take you, and the torts don't do you. You've got what? And they start turning to physical assets to preserve capital. Well, here's the physical asset, a Ferrari. Not me forever, though, because after 5 years, you've spent as much on the insurance and the upkeep and depreciation as worth. Yachts aren't much better. If you spend 10% of your money operating it, you also get hit with depreciation. Don't store your money in yachts. A home in Miami Beach. If you buy a $10 million house, you better come up with $10 million to maintain a house over 17 years. Now you've got no money left.
Terima kasih ya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.